Okay, so we're gonna play some more Stanley Poopa Ball. And without further ado, let's just get in. Let me just fix my microphone pause. There we go. Very exciting to be playing this again. Last time we played this, I cried. So that just happened! And all that shit. Will be really interesting to play this again. This game is amazing. Yeah, I think amazing is a very good word to describe this game. Why is it asking me my time again? Well, it's still like pretty much the same as last time. It's like 6. There we go. Hello, happy Pride Month. Guys, this is a good... Wait, hang on. What do you mean, hang on? Before we get started, can I just say something? Who are you? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. You're welcome. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. Dude. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. That's really fucking funny, but also scary. I'm gonna write that down. Stanley set the time to fave time. Also, what do you mean you don't have no way of knowing if it's correct? Yes, you do. You can just read the computer clock. Hello, welcome. Wall breaks correctly done. Let's get back in. Last time we did the new content route, at least one of them, I don't know how many there are. We did the skip button route, and it booted me back to the menu, or like the first area, and I think everything is normal, so let's just do this.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I want to get the ending where, even though we do follow what the narrator is saying, I'm still very like uncooperative, and he gets fed up with me in the end and like forces me to like press the buttons or some shit. I don't remember how I got that, but I want to get that again.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month.
Yeah, today is my Twitch affiliate anniversary. I didn't even know.
Considered it soul-rending. Stanley relished every moment that the
Also, happy Pride Month. We do have a Pride emote all year round. It's called Pride Guy. Now it's a good chance to use it if you want.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor.
Remember when you mentioned you wanted to make a level based off the unused Enchanted Forest Spiral level? You actually started working on it. Should you show the short 10 seconds video about it? You don't even know if you can post Discord video links here. You should be able to post links as long as they're not like... As long as it's just a link to the video itself, that should be fine. I don't want to accidentally join any Discord servers, you know.
But as he came to
I'm interested, yeah, go ahead. Do you mean like 3D as well?
Out of his office.
I just got an achievement, quit the game and start it again. Alright. So
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I want to be very...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I want to try to be as uncooperative as possible, yet still like going to the ending. But before we do that, let me take a look at the video. Shows up as a download link, that's fine. I can just download it. Let me take a quick look at this. Oh, in Mario! I missed something! I didn't know you're gonna, like, make a level based on it in Mario. I thought, like, actually in Spyro or something. Are you using the music from the scrapped zone as well? Alright, Stanley. Wait, hang on. Oh shit, you can turn off the PC. I don't remember if this is relevant to anything. But I remember, like... It's still heavy whip and is missing gimmicks, but you're getting the aesthetics done. Hell yeah. Hello, thank you for the happy affiliate wishes, whatnot. Who farted? I did it. New content. Hey yo. We got more new content. Hang on. Before we do that, I want to do the reluctant route.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
You're gonna do the infinite jumps glitch. This is the Ultra Deluxe. I don't know if that's featured here. Probably is, but I don't know how to do it.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
You watched the first Star Wars film partly yesterday, and it had such Marvel writing. Ooh, you woke up and chose violence. That's fine. I don't care about Star Wars.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments...
Oh yeah, no hints or spoilers, but also, like, no hard feelings. I just wanna try to do this as much hintless and spoilerless as possible. Which first one?
Yes.
You know, the first one.
Really worth it being here in the room.
The first Star Wars movie.
So utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs.
Also, yes, Obnog emote is here, finally. We can Obnog all we want.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Admiring the employee lounge only gets more relatable with time. Sadly, we cannot not compulsively put money into the soda
Stanley
machine.
sat around waiting for more dialogue.
I want to put money in the machine.
When passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Stanley simply stood there, spamming his soundbar buttons. Imagine if that was actually Stanley, like, farting. Oh! Came back like a boomerang.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Hang on, wait. That chair... No, that chair is not real. Or new.
So he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I think, yeah, let's do this. How many fart sounds do you have? Only 2.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he... Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was...
This is it, gamers.
So he turned
We're doing it now.
And got back on track.
5 now. I'm gonna stand here like Bonnie,
There was nothing
looking at the
here.
camera in the
No
corner.
choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Did we completely ignore him yesterday? Yes, we did. Or like last
Thankfully,
time.
that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
The shortly
He wasn't doing
fartable.
anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
But there is stuff to interact with. Look at this nice rope and duct tape.
Are you really still in the broom
And the
closet?
engineer wrench.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
And the Among guy on the shelf.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom
Don't
closet,
interact with the
you
rope.
had a reason to
Yeah, I'm in the closet shooting ropes.
Literally, this closet is of absolutely
Looks like
no
3D printer
significance
filament.
to the
It kinda
story
does.
whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
So much fun to be had with a spool of
Maybe to
rope,
you,
tape,
this
and
is
select
somehow its
tools.
own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your
I love
friend
that.
is concerning.
I don't remember if that was written like that in the original, but that was really funny.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
I love the way he pronounces that. The person at this computer is
It's
dead.
indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, let's go to the hallway.
Were you commenting on my like jerking? Or just staying in here? Narrator almost sounded like the robot from Portal for a bit. Oh yeah, Wensleydale. The most insulting this game did was insinuate the player is British. Does it continue from that? Or was that the end? Narrator is so cool, you wish the man voicing him was real. So true, so true. Gotta take a drink. Would you ever consider streaming the Wallace and Gromit Telltale game? Yes, I would. Because I love Wallace and Gromit. But is it available? Is it playable? I thought Telltale games are gone. Did you get a broom crusher ending? That was fucking my favorite ending in game, innit? It's still there. It's on Steam and GOG and regularly on sale for dirt cheap. Alright. Okay, I think that was the end.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Two Obnog emotes mirrored like that. It almost looked like a flower. Beautiful blooming flower of Obnog. You're happy I went back into the broom closet? I actually remember that. You can go back in. Looked like angel wings. Up knock! Up knock! Biblically accurate obdog. What the fuck is that sound? What was the thing to see the special emotes? It's Franker Faces. It's a plugin for Mozilla Firefox. And once you have Franker Faces installed, in the options, you have to install the plugins for Better Twitch.tv and 7TV, if you want that, whatever it's called. But we mostly use Franker Faces on this channel since it's the most widely used one. Why is there only one broom in the closet? Yeah, that's the light buzzing, but I thought I heard like whispers or some shit. Will I do a stream about the Rayman board game? Yes, day one, as soon as I get my hands on it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Is that gonna close? I think that's gonna close behind me, so yeah. Let's go to the bossy office. Oh yeah. So, here's a legit question. You can answer. Just answer yes or no. Is there actually anything to do in this toilet room? Something that would make the narrator talk? Because I haven't been able to find anything in here. As far as you know, no. You don't remember? Nothing. Not yet. Execute bathroom quote changes randomly. Okay. Skibidi River! Okay. Thank you. Alright. I wish I could jump. Stanley shitted and farted and went on with his day. Are hostile takeovers the new biannual percentage? E.T. what not? What does that say? E.T. not, and it's pointing at like someone doing the stanky walk.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known.
Ain't no way.
Pad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Only a supervillain would have an office with this tall of a ceiling. Yes!
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
You love how everything outside the window is just white void. Just like the window in your dreams. Oh, that's interesting. I don't ever remember, like... At least off the top of my head, I can't remember if windows were any special in my dreams or not.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override...
I like that.
And the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
You wish inputting something like 666 in the keyboard would make something creepy happen. I'm sure there's some secret codes. Like, there has to be, but we're not gonna do those yet. The ceiling will sprout spikes and slam on the clients. Deluxe. Yeah, no hints or spoilers yet.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Whoops, nope, never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
I don't remember if I ever did
Stanley
this.
do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Here's a hint, use the WASD keys to move and mouse to look. My soundboard stopped working. What? Wait, seriously, my stream deck died. Give me a moment. The narrator got the soundboard. Alright, we're back. Back in business.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Oh, you can enter codes again. Maybe the cool ant is up here. Is that the cool ant? Guys, does anyone remember the actual code? The normal code, like 2568 or something like that. Because I want to know if there's special dialogue if I enter it now. 2845. Never mind.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
You hear thunder again? Oh yeah. If the stream suddenly goes offline, we have a power outage.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back.
Yes, I don't remember doing this elevator shit originally.
Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I love it. Holy fuck. The narrator is looking like the hunter emote. You don't think it had an up button in the original? If that's really cool if true, because this is so funny.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
What? This is so cool. The up button is in fact not in the original, so this is new content. Hell yeah.
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Take your time, dude. Has anyone actually ever owned one of those like bird things that sip? Like any of you guys, I mean. Your grandpa did.
I have fully come to terms with it.
Your sibling does.
Space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Thank you, thank you. Now watch this, narrator.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to...
I would like to get one as well. Those bird sippy things.
This kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate.
I would let it sip my piss.
That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Oh no, speaking this time. Are you okay?
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started.
Yes.
But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years.
Wait, that's a different
all because of you.
room.
You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to.
Yo, thanks for the
It's
subs.
that unimaginative drivel all the time, and we
Very
all know
cool.
it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley.
Yo, what are
Because you're
these
not afraid to
areas?
spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here.
Oh my god! It's not the boss's office! Office.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Oh my god! Holy shit! World's healthiest human being, all tricks revealed. How we did it, the pyramids! Live, the guy who went to Mars. This storyteller, Stanley reveals all in his new book. When did I write a book? World Peace, baby.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
The Stanley Parable Stanley, tonight, live on stage. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. Stanley from the Stanley Parable, tonight, live on stage. Oh, I'm excited. It's gonna be a fluke. It's just gonna be the boss's office. Oh my fucking god! I'm gonna walk through the door. I'm gonna walk to the right, and it's gonna be the boss's office. A QA with world's first sentient machine. Holy shit. Alright, here we go. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. What's that on the back? Still can't quite make out what it's saying.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of
Almond water!
storytelling.
Backrooms!
A truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
Thank you.
It looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
This is so funny. Oh, that's my number. These look like eyes. Stanley meet at... Wait. Story. I fucking love that picture of the stick figures. And the guy just saying story. Stanley, me. David, age 6. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on the stage. Rock on. Break a leg, champ. Your boss. Oh shit, my boss is here too. I love the way you ride elevators, Xoxo. Stanley, my true love for you grows every day. You make me feel alive. Your wife from the your wife from the apartment ending. That's fucking amazing. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get him, Tiger. That's fucking amazing. Your wife from the apartment ending. Wish you were here. Aloha from the Freedom ending. Narrator Airlines. I went to the mind control facility and all I got was this lousy sticker. Oh, this is so cool. I played the demo. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your co-workers. What do you mean by that? An unforgiving account of ups as well as downs. Highs and lows, isn't that what life's about? Alright, this is my time, guys. An audience with the dude who came up with pizza. The dude who came up with pizza. If you ever make a game, you're going to include stupid jokes like that. You love self-indulgent shit like this. This is so fucking cool. The demo actually has its own separate content. That's really cool, but also very fitting. Is this a sequel to Stanley Parable or not a rep in your Stanley knowledge? This is Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Remake with extra content, yeah. Alright, boss's office time. Holy shit! Down, then up, then down, then up, down, then up again. It's so fucking loud! Oh my god! Back here! Holy fuck! Okay, that didn't go as I planned initially.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That was really funny. Let's do the plan that I initially had here. Before we go head there.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Go get him, Stanley! Stanley!
First, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous... Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour.
Take in the musky smell of the mattress. Or not mattress, I mean like carpet.
Too horrible even to consider.
Would have been funny if it went to your waking up in coma in the boss's office.
Business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
How many lines were written for that one room?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room.
Oh, you know.
Please take your time.
All right.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, yeah. Casual broom closet business. The narrator is the broom closet's biggest haters. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Stop knocking!
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Yeah, let's try the 666 thing.
2845.
I love the tone in his voice. He's so fed up with Stanley here. Ryemanni sits here for days, putting in every possible combination.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Alright, I wanna see how he reacts if I go up and down again. Narrator straight up never gets his way, of course he's fed up.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up.
Okay, it looks like it's the same.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
It's funny how the narrator's intended story consists of Stanley guessing a 4-pin number in one try. Yeah, his story has some plot holes.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. exactly the way it was.
You ever
before
think
got
how
onto
someone
the
out there
elevator.
only got the
It's
narrator
still just
ending, thought it was
exactly what it
all the
is.
content that there was,
What a
and stopped
decision
playing
you've
the
made
game
to come up
forever?
here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the
That's a
plot of the
true, like,
story in
NPC
new and
behavior if I ever
fascinating
heard
ways
any.
I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising
You wish that
narrative.
happened.
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Alright, let's go down. Let's actually entertain you this time, Mr. Narrator.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again.
0.5 hours on record. That's it?
Coming up with all
More
of
like
this?
10 minutes on record.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
Yes?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I'm gonna turn around soon.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I think I can.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward.
Before I
and
fall down.
willingly confront his death.
I think there's a hole I can predict here. Okay, yeah. Let's go back. I wanna see if the narrator doesn't like this. Mime control facility! This is it. This is where the mimes all around the world are being controlled. Fact, 90% of Stanleys quit right before they're about to get the broom closet ending.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
But if this is made by the narrator, why is this here?
Nope, still on board with death.
I love how there's dialogue for going back and forth with things. That's my favorite thing. Narrator is just like, ah shit, here we go. Ah, never mind. The meme control facility. Stanley somehow knows he would die there. I think this is the TV room.
The lights rose on an enormous
okay.
room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
He's trying to get rid of you by abusing you not listening. Oh yeah, the corrupted number. We still gotta like find that if possible.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true
234,
nature
that's what it is.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
If despite that's too blurry. Can't read it. Where's Clippy? Clippy is up there in the first monitor. Right above 001. See, you can see it better from that platform, but you can still make out Clippy. In the distance, in the corner. Look, in the corner, there he is.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe.
Yeah, it's the same
couldn't
one.
Be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Alright, let's find out.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
There's another
It was
door pathway up there, I just
Wasn't it?
noticed. Next to
Was
the
it even
clippy thing.
possible? Had he truly spent his entire
Hello,
life
welcome.
utterly blind to the world?
Imagine the electric bill for this place. Alright.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided
I think
that
I
this
entered from the
machinery
bottom
would
door,
never
not the
again exert its terrible
above door.
power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
That's where you went for going the wrong way, wasn't it? Oh yeah, it was in the other ending. It was the wrong way. For like the spoiler thing. I'm gonna see if I turn it on.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yeah, cool. Stanley is under the control of the narrator to follow the story of how he discovers he's under control to find a weird, not freedom. Yeah, this game is very multi-layered.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated
this is the one I remember.
emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desire.
Wait, hang on.
Oh, this is much better.
It was
than what I
open.
had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you.
I remember this, and there's like no way to actually beat this, right?
What all this means.
Unless something has changed.
I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you
Yeah, I'm pretty
free.
sure this is not
Of course,
unsolvable.
that
Like,
was
it's
merely
confusing on
this instance
purpose.
Of the story. Sometimes when I tell it,
But
I
that
simply
door
let you
right
sit
there
in
interests
your
me.
office
I gotta, like,
window, pushing
see if I can
buttons
sneak in
endlessly
there
and then
later.
dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make
God, this
sense
music,
of
though.
everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this
We're gonna
so much.
ass-plode.
You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some
Disco
extra time
floor.
on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Here we go!
Stanley.
Stop the blast!
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this.
This reminds me of Subnautica.
But I'm going
Sons of the Forest, kinda.
So you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
There was actually something to do there, I just noticed. The screen changed, unless that's a red herring. I guess we're gonna find out. Let's go again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Let's go again!
Stanley
Let's
decided
go
to to the
again!
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to
Did you die yet? Yes, I did die
He
yet.
entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
You never knew the narrator could actually be that.
Stanley decided to go up to his
Yes!
boss's office,
I remember
hoping he
this.
might find an answer there.
Oh, it's so funny.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say that's a lovely purse.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul
What was it?
anywhere. Could he really be all alone?
Guys,
This was too
I wanna
much
enter
for
it before the
Stanley to
narrator
take.
tells it to
Too
me.
much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't helpful.
I love
So
it.
he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
What? I wanted to get through this story. Well, time to stretch. Anti-speedrunning tech.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright, Stanley. Let's keep going. I'm gonna try the door, and if that doesn't work, I'm gonna see if I can actually figure out something with the buttons. Ends up taking longer than waiting for him to reveal it. That's really funny. Dear speedrunner, here's some new age music.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
You adore stuff made for speedrunners that's just to waste their time. You find it hilarious.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images.
The perfect gaming room to play Minecraft with shaders. 4096K. Yeah, imagine sitting here and playing Minecraft. Like, so it's like stretched across all these screens. It would actually look worse due to the like grid effect of the screens. Play Doom with every screen.
This mind control facility. It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life...
Can the mind control facility run Doom?
Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very...
Can Doom run a calculator?
As the cold reality
Yes.
of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would... Oh, Stanley.
Alright.
You didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all
The door
these
was
years
closed
ago,
before
you tried
this.
to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
It's closed again. I don't really know what opened it.
I applaud your effort, I really do.
I'm gonna
But
see
you
if it
need
like
to
opens
understand
once the
there's only
timer
so
starts.
much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly
We'll
the
see if
power
it's
you
bait
think
or
you
not.
do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making
Okay,
it a little more fun,
it
isn't
opens when the timer
It's
starts.
your time to shine.
At least for a
You
while.
are the star. It's your story.
Okay, it's a
now.
bait door.
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
Okay, but let's
What a
try this
shame we have
thing.
so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know.
Okay,
where
it's
to
not real.
start.
I don't believe it's real.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office room.
Okay, guys, I'm ready to hear the answer if you can actually quote unquote beat this with some button combination or not.
Swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this though, this version of events has been
No,
rather
okay,
amusing.
yeah, I thought so. It's all bait. Yeah, I thought so, but I would. I wanted to know if it had been changed for the Ultra Deluxe or
What
not.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's go here for a change.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Alright, what is it this time, narrator? Feels like an ending they could add some super cryptic puzzle for into the DLC. Yeah. Well designed bait though. It got everyone to think they can do something. Yeah, exactly. Was there some version where you could walk out of a window?
I've been reflecting on
Yes,
the Stanley parable,
in the original
and
you
about
can.
How roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
What do you
Which
mean?
is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
No! No way! Narrator? You shouldn't
Is
have!
far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
These are so corny. Alright. Let's see what Stanley Parable 2 is all about then.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier
Toot the
than
yellow
Ultra
line.
Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Yeah, true. I like how this new content door is like meta commentary on the game itself. That's a really cool addition. The end is never again. Like these posters are so corny. It really feels like this is a parody of if they actually made a Stanley Parable 2, of like what the posters would be like. It's so meta. I feel like a pretentious asshole YouTuber when I compliment the meta level of this, but it's true. It's really enjoyable. They're back! 2 doors! More TSP, better TSP. Alright. Oh, this one. It's the plant. Concept art. It's just a circle with like stains on it. Oh, I like that one. That one right there with the 2 red eyes. Oh, that's sexy. Thanks for attending my meeting. Two ferns? That's overkill. Yeah, it's like a joke on sequels in general. Yep. Oh, the other Stanley isn't even like in front of a PC there.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
What?
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game
This
development
fucking
is much more of a fuzzy magic than
Scrum.
even scientific or logical, really.
I actually know what Scrum is, thanks to uni. Double the Stanley, double the fun. You love the kind of who stole X joke. Oh, you mean like this, written here? Speaking of sequels, you remember taking some really packed exams a few years ago. So packed that the maths exam needed to be separate in 2 separate 4-hour exams, math and math 2. What the fuck? Why? That's insane. Valued investors. New features. I love how this is all just like build up, but there's nothing because the narrator hasn't like come up with the sequel. Oh, this is okay. This reminds me of like being a kid. And you know how you would like write a story, and you'd be so excited about the epic cool ending that you'd write the beginning and you'd write the ending, but you didn't write the actual story itself. This kind of reminds me of that in a way. The narrator is like, let's make a sequel! And that's all there is. Like nothing else, just the idea of a sequel. Like, look at this! Just keeps going! But like, what is it?
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Holy fuck, this is a whole ass convention floor. Like E3. Oh my god! There's like a... Okay, one thing at a time. Stanley Parable 2 exclusive. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Wow.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course,
Stanley
the
3.
most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, I want to read what the names on the PC screen are, but I can't. Alright.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind,
Jim.
forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
That would be hella
I want you to
scary for
imagine
people called Jim.
living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I would like to be in this area in
Step
VR.
forward and press the button.
This is a cool... I want Stanley Parable VR. I said it once, I'm gonna say it again.
Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
He's so happy.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
No! My Jim button! That was really funny. The Jim ending. I like how you can spam the button when he's sliding away.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
The button that says Jim. It changed! I just want to see if it's like back or not. Okay, it's still away. Stanley Parable VR. It's just the same exact game, but through a headset. Yeah. All right, next thing. Let's see. Please no screenshots. Did you guys hear that? Is that... Did you guys hear the interference sound? Is it me or the game? You heard it. It's the game. The baby's all grown up! That's so fucking mean! That threw me off, but you guys confirmed it. Merch. Yo, what does the QR go? Okay, I'm actually gonna find out. I have my phone. Give me a moment. Where is my phone? Never mind. No, there it is. Found it. Found it. Okay. QR scanner. Let's see. QR. How do you... Oh, there we go. Scan a QR code. Where is it? Okay, found it. Web address stanleyparable2.com. Open in browser, let's see. Would be funny if the game crashed your computer if you took a picture. Welcome to the official website of Stanley Parable 2. A sequel, huh? Watch our helpful and informative video to learn more about the Stanley Parable and what the journey of becoming a sequel is all about. Okay, it's a real website. That's really funny. They really made a whole website for this joke. Oh, that's great. Stanley Parable 2 Reassurance Bucket. Okay, let's have a look at this before we move on.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient...
This looks like the sanctuary from Subnautica Below Zero where Alan was found.
Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Oh my god, I love this. Board members, please note that you must use the following terms as often as possible. Synergy, incentivize, unpack, ping, deep dive, reach out. We're gonna add a couple of words to this list. AI, NFT, and what else? Just use them as much as possible. Don't care when, how, just use them, use them, use them, use them. That's how we get the money. Money, 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 money.
Can you feel it?
That's a scary
The glow
laugh.
of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Narrator said
In
ass.
fact, can I say that I do believe
I missed
the bucket
that.
lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Ok. I guess I have
Does
the...
anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I like this one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, Stephanie.
That's true though, like all joking aside, the thing he just said is true. Sometimes you know, like when you ask someone and they say the different thing, you're like, you know what, never mind. Well, congrats on the balloons.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
John Arbuckle up there. Okay, let's check out this place. The balloons around the screenshot, I noticed. Concrete contemplation. The holy mo... What?! Nice. Infinite hole chart? Wait, hang on. Science. The dude actually made a chart for how to make an infinite hole. That's really cool. Yeah, what is this? Flesh? What is this? I can't read up there. That's a shame. Time cube.
Stanley, here's an idea
Oh,
that
shit.
I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Do I wanna do that, Mr. Narrator? Oh my fuck, this is actually creepy. Oh my god. Oh, this is like the fucking movie As Above, So Below or something like that. I just felt my capsule collider like almost slip in. I don't wanna go in. We're going in, guys. We're going in. Does anyone have the screenshot of the infinite hole checker green text? It's so scary. He's not even saying anything. Okay, I'm gonna jump down. Oh, I'm not even afraid of heights. But this fucking thing right here it's giving me the creeps. Imagine this in VR. Okay, I'm going down.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole...
Get me out, get me out, get me out.
Teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Well then. You know how it is.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
You know how we do it around these parts.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
What is this?
What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Why is 2 in quotation marks?
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole...
Just the two of us.
infinite?
We can make it if we try. Just the
Then go
two
ahead
of
and press
us.
the teleport button
Just the
to
two
walk
of
up to
us.
the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. Holy fuck. That just changed my worldview. How did that mug survive the fall? Let me blow my nose.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Hell yeah.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
Wait, hang on!
Would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this
Yeah.
time? I couldn't help but
What
feel
happened
like
to
you
your
saw
hole,
more
narrator? It's not
there
as
than you did before.
big as before. It's like...
I didn't make an infinite hole.
I guess you could say
It was
tighter?
that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow.
You're back in the hole.
Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain
Stop making fun of
that
his
the
hole.
is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
Why is your hole,
I
like,
suspect that I'm starting
becoming
to get
less
to the point
infinite?
where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability.
Soon
and
it's just
mastery.
gonna be
What's going
floor.
on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something.
Oh,
Let's
excuse
pop
me.
back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
You see, now you're interested as
There it
well.
is. The shame
What?
of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity. even a very aggressive
Concavity?
divot.
The infinite floor.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch.
Yeah, it's not really.
Who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move.
You can't climb out. The teleport button is not working.
Teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
It's not working, I'm stuck!
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
Wait!
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever.
But I wanna know
ask
more
for.
about the
It's a
sequel!
win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Oh my god, you're right. It really was an infinite hole. Because now we're in the hole for all eternity. What is that sound? I guess all I can do now is sit in the infinite hole and contemplate for all eternity. What the fuck is that? Oh! The hole is deepening! Yo! The music though! What? Why is the music going so hard for this? Oh, guys, El Hoyo. What? What do you mean? Ah! There's my bucket! Change your perception? Hey! Here we go! I'm fucking actually like dancing out here. No puppies! Holy fuck! Yo, look at the puppies! Puppies! Oh, I love them! Look at them! This game's gonna make me cry again. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? Who is this Pixar bootleg ass like movie guy?
Stanley!
No!
You're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
But I
From the looks of
was!
things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of it.
Guys, that was like
Stay
that.
alert, Stanley.
That was
I'll
like
be
that
there.
one episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob and Patrick are inside the box using their imagination to like make things fun, and Squidward is like. Wait! But I was having so much fun! Okay.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
That was fucking amazing. Like, I don't even have the words. That was so... just fun. Oh no. No more hole. Are you seriously going back to the hole? Yes. Oh, the jump circle is back.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle.
Yeah, just refill me up.
Oh, well.
Give me another
I
charge.
suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
No, give me more. Fill me up, Scotty. Wah, wah. 3 new plus easy achievements. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. Receive your new achievement, no more steps. It just works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Is it gonna be as simple as that, though? I guess we're gonna find out.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Oh my god! That's so fucking... I fucking adore the way this game makes fun of the game industry all the time. Also, here's a legit question to the Stanley heads in chat. The test achievement was in the original game, but was it actually a test achievement? Or was it intentionally made to be like a red herring thing? So what I'm asking is, was it originally, like actually a test achievement that they left in and it later turned into a joke? Or was it always an intentional joke? You don't know how to answer that? Okay, that's fine, that's fine. But I'm a ravenous Stanley head. I want the achievement. Like Mr. Bean would say. Big fan of the achievement you get for playing the game for an entire Tuesday. 99% of level pullers quit before the big win. my fucking god! Guys, I'm starting to think there is no secret dialogue for cranking that crane. I just had to fucking get the reactions after the pause. Oh. One eternity later.
Else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Yeah, let's keep exploring. That actually went on for 6 minutes! Holy shit, I was aiming at 5. My bad. That's going down as the worst joke of 2024 so far! Bet you were one pull away from getting it? Okay, that's the Expo Hall guide. Let's keep exploring. Exit. Okay, exit. Let's keep going. I like this John Arbuckle. Stanley. Collectibles, collect them all.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to stifle the
that's
intrinsic
true.
joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Holy fuck. That's true, by the way. I hate it how so many modern games don't have rewards for getting collectibles. Like, for real. Also, it's on the Amiibo platform. That's amazing. There's 5 more. There's 5 more. There's one. Yeah, hello there. Sorry I couldn't welcome you.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
What? How are you enjoying the Stanley Parable 2? This is great. I fucking love this. He's baiting you. Yeah, there's no 5 other collectibles, I'm sure of it. Did we do this yet? Kigley's Clown Show is at night in our time. Wait, is it? I thought it's at the evening like it's always been. Okay, just tell me, is it PM or AM? If it's up on YouTube yet, you can check the time there. But I'm pretty sure it's at evening our time. Alright, let's see if we found everything already. So, jump circle, this map, free achievement. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Merge settings world champions. Where's that? Mostly infinite hole. The button that says... Okay. Office decorations. There was no settings world champion. Or was there? Hang on. Looks like it starts at midnight in our time, but you're not all sure. Okay, I'll also check after the stream. Just look at the map. Yeah, but... There is nothing there. Like the hashtag symbol, there is nothing there. Epilogue. Alright, we didn't do this yet.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Oh wait, maybe it's up here. Okay, settings, world champion. Okay, here we go. I feel like they would hide something in the settings. Only world champion allowed. I guess so. You went through 10 emotions about Summer Game Fest when you saw the Taylor showcase. Never. Don't give in to the FOMO. You can always watch the trailer later, like 5 minutes after it gets shown in the show. Not. I think we explored everything. Can you yeet the bucket? Sadly, no. There is no way to get rid of the bucket. At least, like, no throwing.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
I
Ready
think
to move
so.
on now?
I think so.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful game.
All right, all right.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes.
All right.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
That jump circle
I
being
wanted
the
more than
whole.
anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
In no way. Holy shit. No. This is so fucking funny because it's... Yeah. It's making fun of the sequel tropes and shit. Yes, you're allowed to suggest as many games as you want. They got compiled into a text file, and I just go through it every now and then. Oh my god.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building.
This is
where
the
he was
sequel, guys. We're
employee
playing the sequel.
number
The balloons are here.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push.
Quick,
how
change the
long to
category.
stand.
Yeah.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Can we actually find the hole?
And then one day, something very
The
peculiar
collectibles?
happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
And
Something he would
can we
never
actually
quite
find those in
forget.
the game now?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
All
This
right.
complete isolation.
Only one way to
Something
find
was
out.
very
You're right.
wrong. Shocked, frozen solid.
Let's play through his
Stanley
game,
found himself unable
and
to move
after
for the
that,
longest
give him feedback on whether
But
it
as he
worked
came
or
to
not.
his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Fucking balloons. Or should there be like a collectible behind a glass or some shit?
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up.
Where?
Why was he not doing it?
Oh! Oh shit!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
The bucket is here!
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
But what if I don't?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Holy fuck.
How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Why on earth do these people lay a bucket on a pedestal like that? Are they that bored?
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
But at the same time, I kinda don't wanna. I wanna find the hole again. I'm wondering where the hole could be. Let's just go here.
So the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
So much new dialogue, yeah. It's
Still no
insane.
one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy.
Why is there no
It's as clear
collectible
as
in
day.
here,
This
narrator?
broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
This would have been a perfect place.
It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling.
That's
now,
a request for a
see? This is
future
how
Dust
low
Cross
the broom
stream
closet
about
has
this
sunk
game
that it has
always.
to resort to this
Okay,
stream of
I'm actually
petty insults
thinking of doing
simply in
another
order
Dust
to get you
stream,
to
hopefully
hand over the
soon.
bucket.
I can
Stanley,
include that in it.
I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? that your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Yeah, broom closet. You're not gonna separate me and the bucket.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
Finish lesson, bucket.
There.
Holy!
Now it's settled. No more
Okay,
debate,
bucket
no more
is
discussion. Take our
Ampari.
hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Yes, property of Stanley. This...
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Yeah, happy emote burst anniversary, thank you. How did he
You know what?
put the
I
second
could
sticker
take
below the
name
first
calling
one?
and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
I love how you could hear the voice actor's chair creak, and he's like voice distancing. Alright. Hello. But what if? Is there extra dialogue if I go back in? Okay, doesn't look like it. Let's keep going.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yeah, sure, let's go. The thirst for new dialogue is real, it really is. Bucket-powered gaming. Oh! Oh, collectible!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines.
Oh my god, they're real.
No reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job.
But
well
there
done.
is there
You
is
can't find
reward
that
because
sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful.
oh my
figurines.
god, this game. Because like the reward is the narrator saying there is no reward in the end or some shit like that.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Yeah.
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always.
Holy shit.
The bucket would. And he
Look,
knew it.
I got on top of the
Two of
sofa.
them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Climb the sofa, that's the power of the sequel gaming. Yo boss, check out my cool swag bucket.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Two, 8, 4, 5. Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened.
I just love not doing it.
And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs. What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like
Nah,
that.
not that
Another
one.
Stanlerine under
Don't
your
say
belt.
Stanlerine under my belt. I wonder if there's different dialogue for going back up with the bucket. You think the physical collector's edition had a real Stanley figurine?
Plummeting
That's
towards
funny.
an unknown fate.
Yeah, Stanlerine.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty...
Worst
he would
word.
be right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Okay, I'm gonna try going back up once with the bucket.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Number 3? Okay. Have you seen how they hyped people up for this game? No, this game released like, what, 2 years ago already? And I missed all of it. I'm only playing it now for the first time as well. What was it, number
Here we are,
2?
said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button.
Am
He
I
took
though?
the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
Am I though? Like, I really badly want to not do it to get the extra dialogue if there is one, but at the same time, I want to see what it could be. Okay, let's see.
Well, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
I love that we did this normal route before doing this bucket version, because this is just so fucking funny. Alright, let's check.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
He's narrating the bucket now.
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
Yes.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and
No,
I
it
have
feels
been
like
through
I'm
so
playing to
much
his hand,
together,
like-
and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the
He's narrating this
happiness I
properly, he's not
feel.
mad.
He smiled at the bucket.
He doesn't get nearly as irritated when you hold the bucket. Yeah, because this is not about Stanley anymore. This is about Stanley and the bucket. This is in the story now.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
All right. He's playing mind games with me now. The bucket became Stanley.
So close. They'd always
Holy
been there
fuck.
for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator.
The real Stanley would never be upset about the bucket not talking. Exactly. This is so great.
Surely there was a solution.
You said it. The bucket is Stanley now, but Stanley isn't actually feeling that. It's still the narrator projecting the Stanley narrator relationship to the bucket. But it's not real. Thank you for the sip. Last time, the third time, was the red carpet, so let's see if anything happens now.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference.
Oh,
where
fuck!
He would speak to the public on all matters relating
fuck!
to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes
We're
of
doing a
others.
bucket press
It would
conference
see
now.
the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work. For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Three.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over.
The Lord meet and
One
greet? That's funny.
opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Three. Three again. The Stanley story. It's so fucking cool how it just changes. Oh, this is still up again, down again.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no
This is so
deeper
funny.
understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed
This is so
space
fucking
between
good.
friends.
Everyone went to the
Stanley,
conference about
having for once in
two.
his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Oh. No, really. Is there a bucket version of every ending? Don't answer that. Yeah, rhetorical pondering. Don't answer that, but like, holy fuck if there is.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
No more bucket. Huh?
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's do the normal thing. I wanna see if I can find more collectibles or the hole. Huh? What we know, small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo. Agenda. How can you tell when you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures? I fucking love this! Fig leaves are hard to find. Follow clues provided by employee 416. Red room? Look at this drawing. Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the frick up. To whom it may concern, I managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambience or local audio sources using an array of cardioid microphone. Also known as a directional microphone, a microphone which picks up sound from a particular area. Analysis of the recordings allow me to triangulate the source of that strange noise. Data shows that in all likelihood it's coming from a dark area behind a very warm place. I also picked up what looks to be a reverberance of a porcelain surface. Anyone have any leads on this? Wouldn't you like to know? Weird spinning figurines. This is so insane, this game is. How is there just so much shit in this game? Where are they? Please, do not leave the office before reporting back on any new findings. Teamwork and communication are of great importance. There will be a reward for finding them all! Stop kidding yourselves. I want them so much. I want to go home. Lies. Who are you? 666 lol. There will be cleaning of this wall required. Mission status. No fucking way this is like real. Large room, lots of boxes. That's probably the elevator room. Stairs, something to do with stairs. Somewhere both red and blue. That's the thing. Oh my fucking god. Ever once you think you found everything in the game, there's probably still more. Yeah, exactly, it's insane. Warehouse access plan. Produce one plank to allow ease of access past fence. Construct a bridge to allow collection of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. Construct new structurally sound bridge. Holy fuck, this is insane. Beware the false prophet. Collecting is sexy. 10 steps to a successful workspace investigate. Okay, no, it's too much. My brain is frazzled. Let's go.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Did anyone... Oh fuck, I should have written those down. It was red and blue, stairs, and warehouse. That's probably what it was, yeah. I remember them.
Staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yes! Staircase found.
Back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
Figly rolls off the tongue. Better.
The intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1. Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Okay, so red Okay, so the both are on the right side then. I'm pretty sure. But I would like to find the hole. No, I don't want to go here. This ending takes a lot of time. Collecting makes me obnog. I live for collecting and seeing the number go up in games. I didn't even realize the door doesn't close until you go to the right. Oh, hang on, I remember this place. The infinite elevator. Is this where the infinite hole is? Oh no, wait! The elevator music gets claimed on YouTube. It did on part 1.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not
YouTube fucking sucks, yep.
bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth
Even
and
royalty
tidy
free
light
isn't royalty free
pierce the
anymore.
dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so aware of the
Royalty
tender
bait.
spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply
Give me the
being near
number!
the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Almost every time you did a Sonic stream, you'd get a false claim from somewhere else. Yeah, that also happened with Spyro 4. The fucking overworld music gets claimed every time. Don't get me started at the time you got a claim for Mad Monster Mansion by video, which was just a song fucking blasted. Yeah.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control.
I kind of want to see... Okay, never mind. Let's go here first.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered.
You once got a claim for someone's shitty rap music over a Rayman 3 track. Oh my god.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears. Stanley cradled it gently.
Yo, what's going on there?
reassuring it that everything would be fine.
You got a claim for the Sonic 3D Blast Saturn opening because someone had a Spotify song which was just the multiple game intros. Oh my god, that's so scummy.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley.
I'm gonna do the normal ending and see if we get like
No! He screamed.
some
into the bucket. He
feedback
couldn't
questionnaire
accept it.
from the
His own life
narrator.
in someone else's control. Never!
On Stanley
He
Parable
squeezed
2.
the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
You can claim any Mafia 1
He could trust
playthroughs.
no one except for the bucket.
Because somehow it linked the cutscenes to your YouTube account. What the fuck?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating,
You got
working,
like
all of it
560
monitored and
open
commanded from his
claims, but you
very
just
place.
don't claim them.
And as the cold reality
That's
of his past
insane.
began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin
sneeze?
watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
Is this the epilogue?
Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious
Your
bucket
heart
in his
can't
arms.
take these twists
Not
and
while this building
turns.
has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Oh. Cool? That was cool.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Hang on. Is this game just full of red herrings? Oh, what the hell? It's going up after every playthrough. What is this? Okay, we'll keep that in the back of our minds. Let's hunt down the last collectibles.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yes!
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
There it
Go
is!
to the cargo lift.
I like how the fucking bucket dialogue is so funny. Yes!
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anmarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anmarines. None of us can.
One more to go! Oh, there's a vent. I'm gonna mog my way back up. Wait, where the fuck am I now? This is new. At least to me. Narrator dialogue. Narrator dialogue? Wait, hang on, what is this now? Narrator sound system?
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've
What
done
is
it,
this game?
it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down
Who's speaking?
doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
British?
Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
What the fuck did we just find? Figurine Finders Committee meeting. This game is too much! My brain can't handle all of this! Oh my god!
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
There's the input.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Oh, solitaire on that PC over there. Okay, last one is somewhere where it's like red and blue. I reckon it's in the room where you can like choose different ways.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling.
Where's
to
the
him,
infinite
telling
hole?
him that the
My favorite
round
feature.
was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Or the jump
Stanley
circle,
took the
yeah.
bars left to go back to the meeting room,
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
I wonder if
The
that's
cargo
there
lift, yes, go there.
when you
Go to
don't have the
cargo
bucket
lift.
and... You know... Alright.
Good.
Yo, what is that door over there?
Now
It's
ride
like
the lift all the way
open.
to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
Infinite Horror must have been worth those features that got scrapped.
To him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
The balloons are here as well.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't.
Wait, but this is...
Please.
Oh my god! Okay, let me see if I can put this into words. The original Stanley Parable, in that game, the narrator is telling the story of the mind control thing, and you can disobey him if you want. But in Stanley Parable 2, the narrator is telling a story of the narrator telling a story of the mind control facility. So he is aware of the disobeying in Stanley Parable 2. That's why he's not so angry, because we're not really disobeying him, because this is the story. In Stanley Parables 2, the story is all of Stanley Parable 1. Holy fuck! I guess we're going in here then. What? Oh my god, is this a fucking game show now? Okay,
No,
Grandpa, let's get you.
I'm going to
This looks
run
like a
you
strip
through some
club.
test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item
Okay.
1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a
What?
bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay. No, I don't believe you, narrator.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I bet they're both correct. This is insane
Item
because
3. Is
in-
this a bucket?
in Stanley Parable 2, I'm not getting the same satisfaction from disobeying him, because this all feels like it's part of the game.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Feel like you can't be wrong here, I agree.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Holy shit. No, that's a tractor.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
Dude.
Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yeah, I'm not getting the same, like, disobeying satisfaction from this Stanley Parable 2. But that's a good thing. That was a bucket? Shit. Do I have infinite time?
Trick question. Both.
The narrator has beaten you down. Yeah, I'm his bitch now.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Yes, thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless, is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
No.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with.
Oh, I couldn't press
I'm
the
afraid
button.
the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No!
Okay, here we go.
But that was the key feature of Stanley Parable 2!
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
The bucket parable.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now.
Put the buckets back
Still
in, please.
grateful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Oh, this is amazing. Try to go. Try to go without taking the bucket, yes, but also... This is not my office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Red and blue, so I was thinking that's the... This happens! Okay, let's try going to red and blue without the bucket.
This was not the correct way.
Oh, you remember that was in the old version as well, okay.
Perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room.
Corn 47 is a surreal modern low-poly 3D pattern with some horror elements. The game is notable for the rather unique way to obtain it. It's an exe file located within the file of a Friday Night Funkin' mod called Hit Single. Download the mod file, go to it, then go to Assets, Corn for it, that's where you... What the fuck? Why would there be a game inside a Friday Night Funkin'
took the first open door on his
mod? I like the
Stanley
wide
was so bad at
cursed
following
hunter.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
You really like how you can't tell which dialogue was recorded recently or over 10 years ago. Yeah, exactly.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have
VA is really good and the voice
consideration
hasn't
for others?
changed.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly.
Yes.
Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a
We
real
did
accomplishment.
it!
This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Yes.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, Instead, I'll just say, it's done. We're all done.
And
here.
that's the
And now
reward.
we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Yes, let's actually follow his
Oh,
instructions
thank
here.
God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
Yes.
And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
The shortly pooply. The final shortly pooply.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Oh, I remember this ending from the original.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Yeah, I remember getting this ending in the original. Stanley wrists skibbidly through the Ohio door.
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
Nice colors. But we can't just stay here forever, you know? The game must go on.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Why would I die to a set of stairs? There's stairs!
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
As soon as the narrator wants to stay somewhere for a long time, Rye is like, I want to wait. True! Okay, let's go back. I want to see if there's like dialogue here. This looks like an old swimming, like, what are they called? Swimming? You know, a huge complex you go in and there's pools and you swim there, like a swimming pool hall thing. This looks like one of those that I visited as a kid. What is that? That must be a reference to something.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Water park, yeah, but like indoors. Not really a water park, minus the like joy aspect.
No! What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Long stairs to water slides, yeah. It's like the architecture of your old school in your dreams, yeah!
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
Pool facility. Okay, enough of this. I'm gonna jump down. You can't stop me.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die!
Watch me.
What about this isn't getting through to you? Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
I'm so slow now. I gotta do it. I gotta go up here.
No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
This is so fucking...
Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being...
I remember this dialogue, it's
Am I reading the
heartbreaking.
situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just want... Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
There's so many dialogue options in this segment. This is insane.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
You've been to Great Wolf Lodge, and the slides at the top always made you nervous because of the downstairs. Okay, I'm gonna give it like 10 seconds. You wonder how many minutes of dialogue there are in total. Yeah. This is like a VR chat world right here. Look at this slow ass walk. Prelude to the final boss walk right here. Time to
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Hello, thank you for the happy partner anniversary. Alright, let's see if we have a reward for collecting all the figurines. The phone hasn't rang during my Deluxe playthrough yet. What the fuck?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire
Yeah, it
life?
was.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
It did, it did.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
Oh, we're back here
Just
now?
one more time.
No. I don't wanna press the skip button again. When Stanley found the collectibles! Oh my fucking god! We have the figurine basement now, I guess.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how
It's so
many of them
fucking
we'd
insane.
find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Oh. Toilet.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
It was boss's office first, before understairs. You like how all the sequel stuff distracts from the actual game. Yeah.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, behind the boss's office. It was the third one.
I wouldn't forget.
And then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your 3rd time doing anything.
Yeah.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room,
Wait, this...
but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
No. The giant apple room did not happen, my friend. It's not 10. Why is it 10?
This was the 5th mini-stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh my fucking god! It's so crusty as well! This is made like those old videos on YouTube that teach you like how to find the collectibles in games. They made one of these for all 5? Holy fuck. Music by the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Do we just keep going? Alright, yeah.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
Truly.
Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Narrator, you do realize this is now a reward for collecting a lot of figurines.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh, that was sudden. Did I cause it by pressing...
No, I'm not done.
Oh.
I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more.
The counter keeps going. Yeah, is he not realizing I'm picking them up still?
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Oh fuck!
I love that video.
Oh my god! This is amazing!
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one.
Because this didn't happen!
Room.
Mr. Narrator, this didn't happen! The stanky pink room doesn't exist.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Does he know? Yeah. We actually never went this way. Okay, you can't.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh God. What came before this?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
This is creepy. We're going too far back, yeah.
Oh, yes, the two doors.
Dude, we can still have this if I keep playing. It's not gone.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
The title
There's
screen?
something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again.
What?
I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
What? Now I don't know what to believe in. Like... Okay. I feel like this is a good point to end. Because 3-hour mark. Quite precisely on the minute. But, like I asked last time, Pep. Do you think... Is there still more? That's what I'm asking. Like, just yes or no. Like, should I stream more? So yeah. You can access the true ending of the game right now. You think, if I follow your advice. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Right now, right here. We're going over time for this. Can't last that long now, can it? Go to the regular meeting room where the whiteboards are. Okay.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting
The
room.
end is
and
never,
from
the
then
end
on,
is
he would
never.
never
Oh,
be
fuck.
alone ever again.
Do I take the bucket? Does that matter? Okay, I'm not gonna take it. If it doesn't matter.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You missed the bucket content.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Check the whiteboards. Okay. Teenagers target demographic. Okay, this is still the same, I think. Future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Who moved my desk? Synergize core values. I see charts. Oh, charts. Looks like the whiteboard didn't change, but this should still work. Alright. So what do I do now? Restart the game right here? Begin the game again. Or quit to menu. Fucking. Or quit to desktop.
This is the story.
Okay, give me a moment. It asked me to enter my favorite time, so that's what I'm gonna do. What's my favorite time? Uh... No, 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 I'm supposed to enter my favorite time. Sure. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? No. After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 8 p.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is... Well, it's inaccurate. It's not the time. There's no slider. It's not a spectrum. It's not the time. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip a couple new ones up. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. Okay, whatever. We'll take a look at that. Except we don't. So now I just begin the game again. Okay, restart again. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. We've done this already. Aww. Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Oh, it's so fun though. Which of the 2 made-up words below is most appealing to you? Okuboinkal and Scrumtush. It's Scrumtush! Please don't adjust the slider. If you tell me to. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes? Is the time that is right now the correct time? What do you mean correct time? Yes? There's no wrong time. What is time anyway? Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes? Help. Yes? Will you come back to visit me? Oh my god. This is the last stream, guys. I mean, if we get the quote-unquote true ending that you're guiding me towards, I'm not gonna come back to the game. No, that's not true! In the future, I will. How long is the achievement? Don't play the game in like 5 years. Yeah, I'm gonna come back in 5 years, I think. Alright, what do I do now? Restart again? Restart again. Five years for the source version, unsure about the sequel. Well, we'll find out. What time is it? Still the same time. Does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all of the game's settings to your exact specification, but who hasn't? Just what I do, like a day job. And now the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games are meant to be played alone. No? You like being alone, don't you? I'm not alone. I'm with People. That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. It's the setting champion, guys. Talk soon. Setting champion in Stanley Parable 2. Epilogue? Is this it? Do I press this now? Because Stanley Parable 2 is supposed to have an epilogue. Follow the adventure line. What the fuck is happening? But it's still in the context of Stanley Parable 2 though. Let's see. Many years later. Oh no, we're back here. Where did I find the wood? Okay. Is that the memory room? Memory zone, rather? Generator, someone's in here. Stanley Parable 2. I'm still like on the edge here, like, is this an actual epilogue or is this epilogue in the Stanley Parable 2? You know what I mean though, yeah, you know what I mean. I guess we'll see. Hello there, welcome. Thanks for the congrats. Cookie9's blog. Review the Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, Stanley Parable 2 is a dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fanbase, rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable. The sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for, an infinitely deep hole, who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting and welcome retrieval. Ugh. I'm afraid what we're gonna find down here. Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launched a massive success in 2013, its creator made plans to build the property into an entire franchise. But the disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want. Reached the press release, we thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about. Yet it turns out this could not have been farther from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. A great review scores in the video game history second. This was the guy from the Steam review, was it? Oh my god, my counter is still there. Why am I collecting them? Finish lesson. Remembrance. I'm not really sure. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Muistelo? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, hello again. Nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developers said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense! Who am I talking to? The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Stanley Parable 3. Return to Hole Zone. Oh, return to Hole. No, wait. Yeah, return to Hole. Stanley Parable 3, Return to Hole. It's absurd, I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequels by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work, no need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again, with a new title screen. What do you say, should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. I understand. Sometimes we're not ready to move on. That's fine. If you ever change your mind and want to start inventing new sequels, come talk to me. I'll be right here. What's that? Is there still more? Congratulations. Was that the... you finished the game? Holy fuck. It remained as the sequel. That... I don't agree with settings entity, whatever it's called. It will become 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and so on if you go through with the plan. I don't agree with the settings entity. Keep making more. Drag it through modern back, who cares? I mean, maybe they were talking with, like... what's the word? Talking, they don't mean it, but they're like edging you on. I don't agree with that. Things should be allowed to end. And not be continued infinitely. Damn. What a game. I can't believe it is Stanley Parable 2. Kinda. Wonder if you missed anything big. Okay guys, before I end, this is the time. There's a bucket version of every ending. I thought so. But like... did I miss... like... sure, I might have missed some endings here and there, but if you think about like the quote-unquote story progression here, first you go to the new content, you go to the skip button, you go to the new content, you unlock Stanley Parable 2, you have the bucket. But is there like anything else like that that I missed? Or is it just like... other shit? There's something in the epilogue you missed. It's small though. What is it? You don't think it's possible to get the epilogue without seeing all the progression moments? Okay, yeah. Wow. The buttons on the sand floor. Wow. What a game. It's rare a game makes me feel like this. It's rare any media makes me feel like this. Straight up. I wonder if it was all planned, per se, like just story writing, or if they actually had some like... you know, because Stanley Parable was really beloved for... like always. And people kept begging for a sequel, so I guess if this was... there was also like kind of... I don't want to say pettiness, but you know, like... not pettiness, but kind of like a jab at those people in this who just wanted more. Because like I said, I don't agree with that. Things should be allowed to end. Fucking stop making Star Wars movies, stop making Marvel movies, all that shit. That's a weird fucking donkey bridge there, but you know what I mean. Stop! Just stop. That's what all I'm gonna say. It had many layers of meta, but at the same time, the narrator's like memory zone was kind of making fun of the... It's so fucking... oh, this game is making my brain hurt, but in a good way. You think the game is just commentary on a lot of things around video game development from different perspectives. Yes, and that's good. There's no one agenda in this, I feel like. I think it presents the flaws in both the narrator's way of thinking and the settings guy. Yeah, it's like, yeah, like you said, multiple perspectives, and there's like no one thing it's pushing. There's an agenda, the bucket agenda. Okay, so what was that epilogue thing I missed if I do a certain ending? Feel free to just tell me, because I'm not gonna come back to this unless to get the achievement in like 5 million years, whenever that is. Now is the time, chat. You can freely tell me. There's an ending where you lose the bucket. Oh no. The bucket appears in the epilogue if you do that ending. Oh, that's funny. Finland spotted, Miika Lahti. Nice. Sorry, Leroy. Wow. That was just that fucking amazing. I just keep coming back to it. Like, this game was amazing. I couldn't even in my wildest dreams imagine to write something as powerful as this. They're even thanking the Discord team. That's really cool. And you. Finnish people when they see anything about Finland. I guess I can just say the button thing. Yeah, go ahead. One of them says Stanley. Ah. Davy Redden. Wow. It's so hard to write meta in the first place. Yeah, exactly. And there's so many pitfalls, like... This game was aware of being aware of the pitfalls. It's insane. It's like every time you think it's like contained, it jumps one layer above you, if that makes sense. Wow. Okay, one more thing. I want to take a look at the achievements this game has. And I want to see a time achievement. There's 11 achievements. Let's see. Click on door 430 5 times. There's an achievement called 88888888888. I guess that's to push the 8 button in the true the like story ending. Test achievement, please ignore. Settings world champion. Set all setting sliders in the menu to all available numbers. Oh, I guess. So what's in that door, guys? Does anyone know? What's in the settings world champion door if you do that? If you become the settings world champion? Speedrun complete. Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds. A new setting. What's the new setting? Just tell me. Also, commitment. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of Tuesday. Super go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. The new setting is bumpscosity. Alright, guys. On the 2nd of June, 2034, I'm going to get this achievement. Mark my words. I know a friend who got the original achievement in the first game. Legit, mind you. But I'm gonna do this for the Ultra Deluxe. I'm gonna get it for the original game anyway, because I haven't played it for so long. You will be 120 years old by then. Oh, wow. Genuinely. This is a game unlike any other. I don't know how to like put it in words any more than that. Genuinely. I've never played anything like this and probably never will ever again. Wow. I just keep coming back to the ending where the settings entity was like, keep running through the mud and back, who cares? Just keep making more sequels, like. And then like when I said no, I understand sometimes it's hard to let go. Like, what do you mean? No. But maybe that's what it meant. By letting go, by not caring, I shouldn't care. I shouldn't care if the industry keeps pumping out bullshit. Because the original... Oh my god, my brain. Thanks for watching.